Hey guys, what's up? This is Dave from Common RDW here, and I am here talking with some friends about the new Pokemon Scarlet and Violet trailer that just dropped today. Really exciting stuff. We got Pokemon multiplayer, we got new legendaries, we got hot trainer, hot professors actually, two hot professors, and a whole bunch of other cool stuff to talk about, and some details on the Pokemon website. Let me introduce to you guys who I'm talking with today. I'm talking to Marcus.
What's poppin', people?
I'm talking to Alante.
Hey, bro.
And yeah, first off, you guys have seen this trailer already, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, I did.
Okay. So we're gonna talk while it plays in the background. Set this to loop. So what do you guys think about this new Pokemon Scarlet and Violet reveal trailer? Either you can go.
Honestly, I was taken aback. One of the biggest things that kind of caught my attention was when they talked about that multiplayer adventure. I'm actually curious about what that's gonna be.
Like how deep it's gonna go.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Marcus?
So it was a lot of stuff. First off, the two professors instead of just one this time.
Yeah, it's right.
Like
Like
even with
type
version
specific.
exclusives, like at most they do is like a different gym leader
In
or
different
just like different
legendaries.
Pokemon. Yeah,
Yeah.
legendary that's a given, but it's like certain Pokemon you can't get from like either version.
Mm-hmm.
But two professors, that's a new one.
I'm wondering if any other type of situations are gonna be version specific that are like stuff like that. But that seems to be like the biggest thing. That also probably means that the like the plot might change a little bit depending on what's going on. Maybe. Probably might not be that drastic because usually with the different versions, it's like you end up in the same place. It's just different characters or different Pokemon. But if it's
Yeah,
like
like
two different, huh?
it's kind of like a semi-different storyline.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you play like Ruby and Sapphire,
Like what
one
was
leads you to like water, and the other one
Yeah.
leads you to the volcanoes.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, maybe something like that. Because everyone's saying that everyone's saying that the theming for this could be like a past and future type of thing, since that might be what those two Pokemon represent. So we might end up in different environments based on those situations, and also because of the professors, like that might influence where we end up in terms of the story also. But in terms of gameplay, they actually said that this is going to be a very open-ended Pokemon game, and this is exactly what I wanted. You can go wherever you want straight from the jump. You don't have to follow a gym layout. You don't have to follow a specific order of operations for the story. You can just go wherever you want to, and the story will continue on its own pace.
That are they finally getting rid of the badge? Like how like before you couldn't like raise a Pokemon past like a certain number of badges you have.
Mm-hmm.
Like first badge you can like control Pokemon up to level 20, like and it goes up by 10 so on and forth until you hit like the 8th gym and it's like unlimited.
Mm-hmm.
So are they doing away with that altogether?
Yeah, I remember we were saying that they could do a thing where it's like it doesn't matter where you go, but the game might level itself to scale with the
Mhm.
player. So that could be one
I
thing
don't
that
want that
happens.
either.
So you'd rather it be like if you go to like technically the eighth gym, you're basically just gonna get wrecked because you're not strong enough.
Yeah, smack my shit around.
Mm-hmm. I think that would
That's
be like
honestly,
yeah. What?
that's actually kind of like the way that honestly a really good way of going about doing it. Give the player full range because you're not gonna. That's kind of something that I wish they did better with Sword and Shield. Kind of taking it back to that one where it was open, but it was still linear because it's like everything. The whole map was still a circle, but you couldn't. You had to follow that same path, and like Marcus said, I'd much rather go to like the 8th gym and then get fucked up than go there and all of a sudden I'm just trounce over that gym leader right out the
Mm-hmm.
gate.
Yeah. And like even like in the wild area for Sword and Shield, it was like you could. Some people were speed running to like the end of the wild area, but then they were fighting Pokemon that were like level like 50, 60 something when they only had like level like 10 to 12 Pokemon or whatever.
And you still couldn't catch them.
Yeah, and it's like even if you could get their health low enough, you just weren't strong enough. by badge level to even catch them anyway. So that'd be interesting if they took that type of approach. But if, like I said, they take the route, which I think they will, of just scaling everything to the player themselves, I think that'll make the game more flexible in that way. But then it gets really complicated when you toss in the idea that you could have multiple friends in your world at the same time. But I think if it just like the world is scaled to the host level, maybe, or if it's just like in each instance for each specific player is different per battle. Maybe. I'm not sure how that would work, actually. We actually don't even know really much about the multiplayer. Like, this was the bare bones, like, here's the concept of the game trailer, and we still have a lot of, like, questions to follow up with this. But I do like that, this is going to be the first Pokemon game that's legitimately like multiplayer and open world, because the big deal in Sword and Shield was like, oh, we're able to play with each other and we can do like those raid battles, which honestly I'm hoping raid battles show back up in some type of capacity because that was a pretty cool gameplay mechanic. But it was the whole thing of like, oh, we have to go to this exact same spot in the wild area, and then we have to like find a lobby and we all have to be in the same thing or something like that. But being able to just like host your world and then join your friends in their worlds is a lot easier to deal with. So I'm wondering how early into the game they actually allow that to be a thing.
That's actually a good question.
Mm-hmm.
And even like you said, going with raid battles, it would be good if they did that. One thing that I hope that they don't do is how with the Sword and Shield DLC, how at the end of it, it just kind of started throwing legendary Pokemon at you. That's just one of my personal pet peeves because it kind of took away that feeling of accomplishment of, working hard, doing, all these little extra things to get this legendary Pokemon. I'm supposed to going into a dungeon with 4 people and
Oh, you mean like
walking
the
away with
I know which
every-
one you're talking about. The second
Yeah.
I mean, but
DLC,
those
yeah.
are just so people can have them.
Because the
They
game
had
wasn't
nothing
that
to do with
backwards
the story
compatible
itself.
anyway. So I guess that was
Right.
the workaround, yeah.
There's like not everyone's gonna have these Pokemon, so here's a chance to get them.
And they might
And
not
even with that, it was still a challenge to get them.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair.
Because if you didn't have four competent people, the AI throws often.
Oh,
So
you
it's
talking
like-
about Soul Rock?
Soul Rock, Magic Carbs, EVs doing jack shit. So it's like even if like they just threw them at you, it was no guarantee you're getting it on your first go.
Mm-hmm. And also that was I guess that was the workaround because did Sword and Shield didn't really have like heavy backwards compatibility, did it? Like it had home, but I guess it was it was more of a hassle to go about getting those legendaries if you didn't have ways to get them before. So I guess that was just the way to help players get those legendaries if they didn't have them already.
Yeah. So the way it started was like base game, any Pokemon that wasn't in that region, you couldn't bring it from another game.
Mm-hmm.
Then when the DLC dropped, it was like, okay, everything that's in the DLC plus base game, you can now bring over, including legendaries. And it was like, if you don't have the legendaries, here goes the super raids to, help fill in that.
Okay. But what Alante was saying, them having something like that for this game, I don't think they're gonna have something similar to that for this one, simply because you can just go and play Sword and Shield and then play that, and then just Pokemon Home transfer the Pokemon over to Scarlet and Violet once they add the home compatibility to it. So I feel like if they add any DLC, it'll be something completely different. And also, like another thing that really kind of bugs me with this base reveal is we don't even know what the region looks like yet. We don't know how big it is. And even in terms of, I think we saw how big Galar was by the second trailer. Like we saw how big Galar was by now. So I'm surprised that we don't really see how big this new place is yet. Does it even have a name? Does this region have a name yet?
I didn't see a name.
Yeah, I don't even think this region is named yet.
The only hint I kind of got towards this area, towards this region, was like the pig Pokemon that showed up here, and this name was called Lechonk.
Hmm.
So, like, wherever this place is based off of, it has some type of French French basis. At
I've
least
seen everyone
my
says
opinion right
everyone
now.
said it's like Spanish for this one, but
Oh, this is why I failed Spanish in high school.
but yeah, I'm hearing like it's a lot of French-based stuff, or also Spanish-based stuff, but also it could be French because there's also like small olive is like olive oil, like since small olive, and then it secretes like an oil that's like poisonous. So everyone's like going olive oil Pokemon, but also like olive oil is also I think a Spanish thing too. I'm not sure,
I
but
mean, it's kind of Spanish.
yeah. But yeah, like there for the 3-minute trailer, there wasn't really too much other than like the grand reveal that the game is multiplayer, which I don't really see too many people really talking about that much. Everyone's more focused on Lechonk and Lechonk and the professors and the legendaries. But let's talk about
Are
a
the
little bit
professors
about like
related? Are the professors related?
that's another thing we don't know. Even in the descriptions, it doesn't even say they're related or anything. It just says they're two different professors. And it's also like, what if these professors don't even cameo in the other games? Like, what if they're just like an instance in each individual timeline per game?
That's actually kind of lame.
That would be interesting.
Yeah, it'd be cool if like the other professors showed up late game in each individual game rather than just being isolated to its own story. But the areas in this game look really good. Everyone's saying Pokemon Legends Arceus, but more time in the oven, and I do think that is the case here because compared to Arceus, these areas do look better graphically for sure. Yeah, I really like how these, and also it's like a lot more bright colors, like a lot more vibrant than Pokemon Legends Arceus, since we're like in modern day and like in a tropical type of setting too. But yeah, I really like the way the environments look in this one. Looks like we're gonna have very high vertical scale too. So if we end up getting a rideable Pokemon like in Arceus, where we have like a Pokemon that can help us like scale mountains or fly or just help us get around the environment faster than walking, I'm still banking on we're going to get some type of motorized Pokemon or vehicle to ride, whether it's just a high-tech bike or like a Rotom moped or something, I don't know. Something along those lines, but we're not just going to be walking all over this place. That's not going to happen. Although it does happen in the anime all the time, but I don't think we're going to be running around everywhere.
Something
We definitely won't do that.
Mm-hmm.
Something I've actually taken notice with the trailer as well. You definitely took what they did with Arceus and just capitalized on it further. Because even the character animations, like if you go back to whatever I guess your rival trainer is, if you look at character animations, like when she's talking everything, how it's a lot more, there's just a lot more there to it. Versus like the static, open shock face or, the way they've done it in the previous games.
Yeah.
They're moving their mouths a lot. I'm going to actually need voice acting.
Dude, I'm freaking saying. God damn.
Their mouths are moving a lot. Give me voice acting.
Like, maybe Gen 10 will be the one where they finally add voice acting. But seriously, this no voice acting thing is getting old. But I will say the Pokemon do look very expressive. The Pokemon look very well animated. Like the little 3-shot that we had of Sprigatito, Quaxly, and Fuecoco looked really good. Like I didn't expect to see that type of like animation on them, and it looks really high budget. So it actually looks like it almost looks like they had. I'm not sure if Namco Bandai worked on this at all, or Bandai Namco worked on this at all. But it's giving me Pokemon Snap vibes in terms of like the trainer animation and the Pokemon animation.
Mm-hmm.
So if they're working with them, or they're getting some of that team to help with the trainer animations and stuff, even like looks like our playable trainers are gonna have emotes and stuff they can do in the overworld. Because there's like the waving, there's like this little jumping animation that one of the trainers is doing. So if we can like learn different emotes and stuff we can do in the overworld, that'd be cool. That could also be like a little DLC thing that they do. They just give the trainers more like overworld animations to do in multiplayer. And then also let's talk about the customization too of the trainers, because everyone looks pretty drastically different in this trailer. Because we have 4 different characters, 4 different aesthetics, and none of them look like the base trainer at all. So it's like, do we look this way in the beginning and then we end up getting customization later? Or is that just like the base trainer look and then you can choose to pick a different trainer layout or something, or what? Because it's like,
I mean, the game with customization usually be like, how do you look? Like, what do you look like?
Yeah, so that's really
There's
cool.
always going to be a base trainer.
Yeah, like I really do like the aesthetic of this, because it's like we got a character with, we got 2 characters with shorts, 2 characters with like actual full-on pants. We got like different backpacks. It's not just that like little like sling bag that the starting characters have, or the starting backpack that the characters have. Different hairstyles, actual black hairstyles. People are happy about that. Yeah, very nice aesthetics for the characters, but it looks like everyone's currently in school uniforms. So we're for sure probably going to have different areas where you can actually like buy cool looking gear, so that'll be cool. People joining each other's worlds within like a month or 2 of the game being out, looking totally different from each other in each other's overworlds. So that's I'm really looking forward to that. Even the tie that you're wearing swings like when you're running. Yeah, that's like a nice little detail too. Good character animation for there.
And it seemed like they did also go ahead and do the thing where you can actually just let your Pokemon run around with you.
Yeah, that's like that has to be a given at this point. We have the technology. You got to let the Pokemon just run with you. Hopefully they actually keep up with you now, but yeah. Oh, and also even in the thing with multiplayer too, it looks like you'll be able to like trade on the spot with your friends. So that was like a little thing they showed here, like 2 players met up at like a Pokemon Center and then they traded immediately. So that'll be a really good way to like fix the whole thing of, or at least remedy the situation of like, oh, I got Scarlet, you got Violet. Let me come into your game and just catch Pokemon that I can't catch in my game. Or it's like, you have Pokemon, just trade them with me right here now. So that'd be really cool. Yeah, there's a lot of really cool like slice of life enhancements with that too. So I really like that. And the Pokemon Center looks really cool. Like I already knew that was gonna be like an outdoor quick mart looking like convenience store type of situation, but it also looks like a gas station, like I mentioned before. And it also one thing from the first trailer, there was like a major like flagship location in like a major city. But then on the outside, they look like smaller, like these ones that we see in the trailer here. So I'm wondering, like, will you get any benefits from going to the bigger locations versus the smaller locations? So that'll be really cool to check out and see. Maybe they'll have like certain items you can't get versus if you go to the smaller places and stuff like that.
That is a possibility.
Mm-hmm.
You also reminded me when you ended up mentioning about we really don't know how big this region is. I do remember in the first trailer, there was a small glimpse of a map that was in one of the players' bedrooms.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm not mistaken, don't quote me on this. I do remember it being circular, but that kind of also helps go to the point where you can just go wherever you want, right from the start.
Oh wait, hold on. Let me get there was just a shot of the Pokemon Center. So it looks like it's a Pokemon Center, an item shop, and then like a third thing. I'm not sure what the third thing would be. It's like a green icon right here. I don't know what that green icon would mean. But yeah, it's like a 3-in-1 stop and shop thing. And also there's like a little sitting area, like a table and like a chair and stuff like that. So maybe you can sit on the chair, or maybe there's going to be like NPCs hanging around the Pokemon Center sometimes that you can talk to. They'll probably give you like information on the nearby area or something. Give you little tips on where to find things. That's really cool. But yeah. Marcus, you got anything else to add to this?
No.
You're pretty much good. Just wait until we get the next thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, this was like there was some, oh yeah, the gems, or like there's not even a really good explanation of what these even are.
I need the gems to be as hype as Sword and Shield.
Yeah, because Sword and Shield, they have the actual like whole ass stadiums because they needed room for the Gigantamaxing. But there's no Gigantamaxing in this game. But also, we don't even know, actually, there was the layout for I don't even think this game's gonna have like any type of like well, the two different attack styles from Legends Arceus.
They didn't show that.
Yeah, that was an overlay. That was a see when he was fighting Lechonk. Oh yeah, they didn't even show what the battle thing looked like. Yeah, so we don't even know if there's like we don't know what the battle hook is gonna be in this game, and also if there's even gonna be a battle hook because Sword and Shield had Gigantamaxing. Arceus had the two different, the quick and whatever styles. I forgot what they're called. And then
Strong and quick.
yeah, strong and quick. And then like Sun and Moon had the Mega Evolutions, or no, they had the
Z moves.
The Z moves. Yeah. So there's gonna be something in this. We just don't know what it is yet. So
That small fan base that still hope that loud fan base that's still small. That really hopes to bring back Mega Evolutions, even though we know they probably won't at this point. That's a dead gimmick.
I mean, at this point, I'm kind of like hoping that, like I said before, I hope that they do something where it's like we have a mix of like. They're probably not gonna do this because it's the anime versus the game, but in the anime, they basically like you can do any type of gimmick for any type of Pokemon as long as you're in the right place. Or like Mega Evolution can be done anywhere, Z moves can be done anywhere. Of course, like Gigantamaxing can only be done in Galar, but that was like a cool little thing where I'm just like, okay, yeah, they brought those gimmicks back, and it's like if those Pokemon can do them, just let them do them. But I don't know if they're gonna do that here, and I'm also
Because realistically, Megas can always come back.
yeah, because that's just like a thing that a Pokemon's DNA or something, right?
Yeah, as long as you get the Mega Stone.
Yeah, as long as you have the thing. And it'd be cool if they had like side quests where it's like, oh, this person knows about Mega Evolution, or this Pokemon knows about this person knows about Z moves, and if you have a strong enough connection with a Pokemon, you can just do it.
Side quest. That's what I was forgetting.
Oh yeah.
Arceus had a fuck ton of side quests. Not all of them were good, but
yeah, there
a
were
lot of stuff.
The freaking Weasel for side quest that was pissing everyone off. But yeah, this game for sure is open for side quests and stuff like that. And even in terms of like the battle stuff, like we saw in this trailer, aside from Legends Arceus, which didn't have it because no one knew about Pokemon, we have trainer battles again. So in this little clip right here in the trailer, you're walking up to an NPC, and it seemed like they didn't really put the exclamation point on until you like got right in their face, which probably means it's like they'll still have trainer battles, but maybe like not until you walk up to the person, maybe. So it's not just 360 degrees of they can just spot you from halfway across the football field and then say you're gonna battle them. It probably means like you have to actually walk up and trigger the encounter first. But that would be pretty cool. Because they're gonna have to have some type of ways you can grind levels and also grind money when you're on the overworld too. So that'll be interesting. But yeah, there's still.
I was gonna say also just kind of touching back real quick on the Pokemon League thing. Like Marcus had said earlier, it would be really cool if they do put like emphasis on it, because Galar was the first region that put a huge, almost like Super Bowl type of emphasis on the thing on the Pokemon League.
Yeah, and it is like we don't really know what's up with these 3 stadiums, because I'm thinking it might be a thing where you have to like actually find the stadiums. It's like they're not really in obvious places maybe, or maybe they are, but you have to do a whole thing to like. It might be something along the lines of maybe like Sun and Moon, where you have to almost do a challenge, some type of trial or something to even gain access to the battle, which I wouldn't mind, because I actually kind of like those like totem challenges where it's like you had to do something first for the gym leader and then you could finally get the right to battle the gym leader. So that'd be cool if they did something like that instead of just finding the location, going into it, and then just fighting the gym leader. There'd be like little mini like side quests and stuff like that that are involved in doing that. So that'd be cool. I think that's pretty much everything that we can really talk about from this trailer, because like there's not really too much to really go off of this. But by like August or something, we should have another trailer to actually give us more information that's substantial because like we only have the two professors, the Pokemon multiplayer. You can battle Pokemon again. There's the basically multiplayer and the legendaries are the main thing in this. So yeah, we can just pretty much wrap it there. Based off of
would probably be evolution reveals.
Yeah, evolution reveals or more of the or more Pokemon too, because I'm not sure. We're not really. It's like always a toss-up of how many new Pokemon we're gonna get each gen, and I think with Sword and Shield we got about the same amount of new Pokemon shown in their trailer like we did today, which was 3. And then they showed another trailer down the line which showed maybe like 4 or 5 more new Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
And then the one after that was the one that showed the like maybe a month or so before the game dropped. That's when they showed evolution lines.
Or that?
Mm-hmm.
So hey, kind of now we getting mad about Sprigatito standing up.
But going off of what we've seen so far, which version of the game are you guys looking at right now?
I'm obviously gonna get a double pack. I'm gonna play Scarlet.
Yeah. I really like the legendary for Violet, though. I really like the legendary for Violet. Even though I want Scarlet for the Professor, I want Violet for the legendary. It's like I'm so torn just because of those two little details there.
Oh, wait till they drop Indigo and I get that.
Yeah, the third. Yeah, because there's always... Isn't there always a third? Yeah, there's always a third legendary.
I mean, they haven't been dropping third game.
Like, not third game, but third legendary in general. Everyone's saying it'll be like a present dragon or something, which is probably what that little clip at the end of the trailer was hinting at, or whatever, but also, like, who the hell knows what that was for. Maybe we're gonna have, like, another Ultra Space situation.
That was an odd detail from the third one there at the end of that.
Yeah, that'll be like one of those things where it's like ulterior, like a deeper meaning later on, and we'll be like, oh, that's what they meant. So we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, so that's all we're gonna talk about the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet trailer. Thank you so much for listening, guys. I'll catch you on the next video. Goodbye.